This is your petite girl's guide to eating out and even drinking alcohol without undoing your fat loss progress from a 4'10" fat loss dietitian. I thought it'd be a great time to do this video because tonight we're going out and we have dinner plans and then we're just bopping around. We don't really know quite what we're doing. So I thought I would give you just my general tips on how to have a goal supported but still really fun night out. First up is always the pregame. I highly recommend drinking at home, taking a roadie, whatever you need to do so that you show up to where you would like to be, already where you would like to be alcohol-wise. But you got there off of drinks that you know exactly how many calories are in it, you were in control of what was going in it, and that means that overall you're gonna have a lower calorie evening. Because what we're looking for with alcohol and fat loss is gonna be efficiency. So as high an alcohol percentage as you can for as low in calories as you possibly can. So for me, my go-to pregame drink is always gonna be my skinny margarita recipe because it has, yes, 180 calories, but it has 30% ABV. I can drink one, maybe two of those, and I'm good for basically the entire night. Whereas if I did something that was, yes, lower in calories, but also really, really low in ABV, such as like a seltzer, something like that, then I can drink a lot of seltzers and therefore a lot of calories over the course of the entire evening. Even though it seems like a White Claw would be a really great fat loss option because it is only 100 calories, when you put it in the context of the entire night, it's not a great option anymore. And your thought process might be for dinner tonight that you should have the lightest dinner that you can to kind of conserve calories since you're gonna be drinking, and I say the exact opposite. Because the main damage doer when you're eating out and drinking alcohol is going to be the food that you consume that you're not actually hungry for late night, right before you go to bed. And if you have a nice, big, satisfying meal for dinner, your brain isn't gonna be telling you the whole time, oh my gosh, you barely eaten, you should eat something when you get home. What I'm gonna do instead is prioritize protein as much as I can, because protein is the most difficult macronutrient for your body to turn into body fat. And when you are eating and drinking at the same time, your body's gonna prioritize metabolizing alcohol above all else. So anything that you consume alongside alcohol, it's gonna shuttle into body fat while it metabolizes the alcohol. But if your meal is really, really high in protein, then the least amount possible is going to go into body fat while it deals with the alcohol. So prioritizing things like tartare, crudo, shrimp cocktail, ceviche, steak, anything that has as much protein as possible for as little fat and carbs as you can is gonna be the best thing. Protein is also really important the day of because protein is gonna keep you really full. So when you're going into a night with higher calorie foods and drinks, you're going to have fewer calories consumed the day of because you were so much higher in protein. Then instead of entering that meal ravenous and really dissatisfied, you just naturally gave yourself a little bit more of a calorie cushion because you upped protein so much. I've been drinking my Legion Clear Whey protein all day long just to kind of help me out with this. And then on cocktail menus and when we're out, what I'm gonna be looking for is that every single ingredient in that cocktail that's providing calories is also providing a substantial amount of alcohol. For a nicer restaurant, nicer bar, I'm thinking martinis, old fashions, Negronis, again, anything that's just gonna be really, really high in alcohol percentage, you're just naturally gonna be able to drink a lot less of them and therefore a lot fewer calories. And then at like sports bars, because I'm sure we're gonna be going to something like that as well, I do a rum and Diet Coke with lime. Hope that helps.